In this video, I challenge my friends to a build battle. You see, my friends and I have been playing on this server for the past couple weeks and just got to the stage where we were starting to build our bases, which got me thinking, who in our group is actually the best builder? Which is why it's come to this, a 1v1v1v1 to see who comes out on top as the best Minecraft builder. Let's get to it. Alright, welcome to the first 1v1v1v1 build battle hosted by me. Each of us will get a corner. We will have 30 minutes to build. I'm not sure yet. We have to choose a theme. And then after the 30 minutes, we will go around to each corner and we will rate based on 3 criteria. We'll base
I'm fucking with your beard, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I built it like I look like me, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be great off of 3 criteria: aesthetics, so how it looks generally. B, how it fits to theme, so does it fit the theme that we decide on. And 3, each of you say a theme, and whichever one it lands on wins.
I want to do island theme.
I want to do treasure hunt.
I'll let you do this thing.
Alright, those are the 3 themes. I'm gonna spin, and whichever one it lands on is the theme we're going to do. I'll count 3, 2, 1. We each jump into a corner, and we got 30 minutes to build.
Damn.
The theme is island. The theme is island.
Ah,
3, 2, 1, go. Now, considering there's only 30 minutes to do this build, my original idea was to have 2 islands connecting together through a drawbridge, but that wouldn't be plausible with the time limit we made. So instead, I decided to create a larger singular island using the normal sand sphere strat for the shape before replacing it with netherrack and flipping it upright. Now, there's 2 main reasons I use netherrack in my vids as my substitute block for building. For one, it needs a solid block if I'm flipping the sand upside down, so technically I could use any sort of solid block. But the second reason as to why I use it is when I'm replacing the block, so / replace, for random generation like I will be doing here, I rarely use netherrack as an actual building block. So when I do / replace, I won't mess up any of the actual building or other parts of the build. I didn't want the floor of the island to look flat, so I added some cylinders around to add depth. Now, the most crucial part of this build was the natural arched hill I want to add. You see, I want this island to kind of give off the vibes from Kung Fu Panda, Master Oogway's tree. That's why the majority of my time and effort of this build actually went into kind of nailing that vibe correctly down. The hill itself, I used gradients of stripped wood and podzol to create a clear distinction between that and the island itself, to hopefully further portray this mystical tree vibe. The ground also looked a little dull, so I added a texture gradient to that as well. Under the arch, there were also a lot of magic that would be flowing, almost like the arch is a growth from the island with the magic pouring out into the water. The most important part of the build was the tree itself. So after adding some small details like a cloud for the water to fall onto and a path to the tree, I designed the tree itself. You see, it's leaning to the left, and that has to do with the history of this island. Thousands of years ago, an old man stumbled upon this floating island, and curious climbed up there. But while he was up there, a cloud came by and blocked his water source down to the ground. To stay alive, he grabbed a seed in the mystical water down below and planted it. which provided him with food for the rest of his life. This tree is over 1,000 years old and has just now started to lean. Anyways, enjoy the build and the ratings. Three, 2, 1. Everyone done. Everyone's done.
No, wait. My thing went out.
And we are back. Each builder has finished their island. So, let's start off with contestant number 1, Strong Pizza Boy.
So, this is an island,
Okay.
and I took a little inspiration from Alex, giving me a little help with the texturing of the leaves.
Yeah.
I have a little campsite up here, you know,
Okay.
small little house. The bulk of my time was spent doing this podcast cave.
Where's the kid?
I mean, I got to admit
Where's
it does look pretty nice down here.
And then there's a little bow. Yeah,
Ooh.
that's basically that's my island, man.
Alright, so this is my build. I went for a pretty basic style island. You know, a generic idea when you think of an island, right? There's ores in the bottom that you can mine up, you know, if you find the island. And then as you come up here, we have a little hut here for someone who may have lived here. We don't know. We don't know who was here. It's a little mystical. In the bottom here, we have a little pathway to some sort of magical water. There's a lot of amethyst and kind of like mystical things in the entrance here because some man was probably using this, probably some magical water. And as we come up the top here, we got a tree much like Dylan's tree. It is a also magical tree. It's been here for over 1,000 years, which is why it started to lean a little bit, kind of on the edge. This is where the man used to pray. Well, he's left the island now, and now it's open for anyone else to take.
So my initial thought was I was gonna try to make, you know, like an island. It seems very like just uncivilized and kind of pure nature, and then we'll have like kind of like the forest theme, you know, where a plane just kind of crashes into it, and that gives like a Castaway vibe. You know, it's like desperate survival due to unfortunate circumstances.
Of course.
And I was taking a lot of time trying to build out the island itself, and then the trees, which
good.
I found out you could just bone meal and not make manually. And as I started laying down the plane, I started to set it on fire, and unfortunately, I realized that fire does not stay.
Okay.
It all kind of whittled away. I wasn't sure if I should set it to the trees in case it caused too much damage.
Yeah.
But I was just going for a pure like plane crash, tropical island survival.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey, let's. Hey. There's no.
No.
Making
I'm not
fun
laughing
of
about the actual
nobody.
build. I'm laughing about what you
About
did,
the-
bro.
I'll laugh about the villager.
Alex, are you here? Are you in spectator mode or are you?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. So
Do you not see this?
first, I would like to say there was an issue. I wasn't expecting to go last. So when I made some of these baby villagers Some of them grew up, so the ratio is probably a little off from reality. And I guess another thing I kind of have to preface before is this is a no world edit build, so I was kind of a little pushed back from kind of the limits that I could have gone if I had a little more experience. What you can see here is maybe the most topical island, currently in pop culture, I would say. I took a lot of inspiration from a lot of different photos that I looked online. If you were to do a similarity check, you would find that a lot of these details are pretty similar, especially these over here. This was the kind of the type of weird stuff that I kept seeing on the side, these little formations with this red and white. But I tried to do it justice to the best I could. And originally, the one in front here was an adult villager, and the one in the back was a baby, to symbolize kind of what went on here. The terrible acts. Yep. But now they're both adults, so it doesn't quite work as well. But yeah, that's my build.
All right. I think Brayden should take this one away first. With the cinematic shot of each build out the way, it's now time to look at the reviews. Now, of course, all ratings will be held until the end, but let's see what some of the contestants had to say about each other's builds. Alright, Jackson, if you want to give your 2 ratings to him first, because you got the top row here.
So Dylan, I think he did a really good job here on aesthetics. I mean, I think he followed the prompt pretty well. But I think he did a pretty good job with the attention to detail. I mean, it's a pretty ambitious build here, and I think he did a lot of pretty good little stuff in such a big plot. I mean, there could have been something that popped out here. I think it's more of just kind of like a setting instead of, you could have like something going on. But I still do think it is pretty well done for what it is.
So, I'm up next. I was the next grader. So first, I guess we'll go with aesthetics. And the theme was island theme. It is an island. I also like the circle around, the water. It gives the island vibe more. Now your build, I think the water is a little flat. Could have used some depth in the water, but I get with time strains. I also took off a point mainly because of the outer ring here. It's a little too blocky at the moment.
Appreciate that. I'll go next. I think it matches the aesthetic in, like Jackson said, a very unique way. It's definitely an island, but I kind of marked this down a little bit because it felt lackluster in a way. Like the sort of area felt a little bit lacking on top. And I was really impressed with the amount of detail. I like how there's pathways formed out. The amethyst sort of gives the island that mystical feel that you're trying to go for. And same with the tree. It's all very well thought of, and all the details are thought accordingly.
Okay, I'll take those. Thank you very much, Phil.
Alright, well, for the aesthetic, I like the idea, the creativity, and making it all mystical, very monk-like. But my one issue with that is that when we were talking about islands, I guess I was envisioning more of a coastal island than a magical one. I feel like in a way it's not the flavor we were looking for because we just simply said islands versus anything magical, so I did have to take fight for that. I still really liked how you laid it all out, especially with this tree and this little mound with all the dripstone and the crystals. That adds a lot of detail. Appreciate the work that was put into that.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'll go next. Well, when I think of island, I don't think of trees this big. I don't think of kind of jungle. I also think that this island shape is so clear cut that it doesn't really give that kind of circular shape that I think of when I think of island. I think it cuts off pretty sharply here. This screams to me a little more like a 15 to 20 minute build rather than a 30-minute one. And I think the plane is definitely the highlight here.
Alright, thank you.
I'll go next. I think it's very bare for an island as well. The trees are kind of just placed around. I think you went for something very ambitious, and plane is very unfinished.
Yes, sir.
Okay, on to the last build. I think we all know who this is.
I can go first.
Okay, you go first.
This is probably one of the most well-known islands, obviously. I think it fits the aesthetic, you know? Oof. I think having used reference photos, you know, knowing what the thing looks like, it could use work. You know, the tools were there, obviously, for you to use. I don't like that you use this specific island. You know, there are plenty of other choices.
I understand.
The level of detail is there, but it's also lacking in a way because the scale is so small.
I think I can go next on this grading. So aesthetic wise, it's an island, right? It's, as Dylan says, well, one of the most famous islands to date, right? The trees, for example, in terms of island, they're kind of built higher up by one block, I noticed. The actual build itself, it's not bad. It's not bad. And I am, obviously, as Dylan did, taking into consideration the lack of world edit. One, I really like this little rock you built in the water here. I do dislike how the helipad has this kind of snake design, one more block wider than the target. It kind of makes it seem a little janky as well. I would give this a solid, taking no world edit into consideration, I give it a solid 7.
Okay, thank you very much.
On the podium and placing 4th place with a total of 37 points. It's none other than Blastatron. Pop it up.
Ooh, ooh. GG's. Lost to Epsilon.
Damn, y'all. It was a noble effort. Competition.
All right, it looks like I was the only one clapping. It's okay.
Oh.
I appreciate you, Brady.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
All right. It was a competition well fought. Everyone put in some lovely builds, and although the judges' opinions didn't always agree, there was always appreciation for the effort.
Yep.
Now, having said that, there are obviously winners and there are obviously losers in today's challenge. I'm standing here, you know.
Yep.
So,
All right.
getting in 3rd place with a total of 39 points, we have Jackson Velez. Come stand on your gold podium, please.
Amen.
Would you like to, did you just build it out?
What? Oh, come
Would
on.
you like to say anything to the audience?
I understand. You know, I had some limitations, and at the end of the day, I would say that those are more my own limitations that I put on myself. That, you know, could definitely be used as a detriment to me and my own inflicted pain.
Congratulations, congratulations.
Well said, well said. Alright. Well, this final score was actually insanely close, with only a 1-point difference between 1st and 2nd place.
Oh shit.
So, may I get a drum roll, please? In 1st place, we have Dylan Lee Hall with a total of 49.5 points, leaving Alexander Schwarzer with 48.5 in 2nd.
Would you like to end off with a little speech here?
Of course. I want to thank all my competitors, you know.
Hey, he's speeching. Rude from you.
I really did like all of you guys' builds, and especially yours, 2nd place. I really loved your build. And I thank you guys for being so nice with your scores and my build.
Yep. Well, congratulations. Good build to all. Not this guy though, or not this guy. Sorry, last place. Maybe do better.
Wow. You know, this is gonna look bad on your channel, sir. You know, people like a respectful man with
A
etiquette,
respectful young gentleman.
not a monkey who throws his shit around.
All right, we're done. Good job, y'all. Good job.
Incredible.